You might want to rethink that business about seeing a serious title challenge in 3 years, Sir Jim. If this is an indication, perhaps double it and add another couple of seasons on top, and even that might be stretching the point.
Losing to Fulham, a side with an away day record worse than all bar Sheffield United, was bad enough. The fact Marco Silva's men should have won by an even greater margin made it even more so.
Manchester United, to be blunt, were bloody awful. Had Harry Maguire's late strike given them the point it appeared to, even that would have been unfair on the cottagers. So when Adama Traoré broke deep into stoppage time and Alex Iwobi wrong-footed Andre Onana to find the bottom corner, an away victory was fully merited.
Read more on Man U TDCASE closed. Man United star Casemiro forced to leave pitch with blood pouring from head. Power up, get £40 in free football bet builder bets when you stake £10 with Paddy Power. At least United's new minority shareholder will now have no grey areas whatsoever in realising quite how far the club he has just bought into is from matching the top dogs. But a Premier League challenge? At this rate they are still a mile off mounting one to even make the Champions League places, never mind anything else.
Clueless, aimless and, without cropped hitman Rasmus Højlund, frankly hopeless. No wonder Ratcliffe didn't bother to attend this one. Mind you, when you're a tax exile and only allowed 90 days in the country, United versus Fulham doesn't have huge pulling power, I suppose.
Most read in football. Full FORS Omari Forson, 19, handed shock first Premier League start for clash with Fulham UK at me. Now I'm a former Arsenal star. Now I own Kebab Empire and am worth almost £180 MLIFES. A pitch football matches across UK called off after pitches hit by flooding Gaza. The gaffer Paul Gascoigne coaches kids team teaching them Euro 96 volley goal casino special. Best casino welcome offers. But while Sir Jim was absent, you can be certain Ineos, and now also his footballing right-hand man Sir Dave Brailsford, watching from the main stand, will have filled him in. It won't have been good news for Erik ten Hag, either. Not after those tub-thumping demands for entertaining football returning to Old Trafford, certainly.
Rasmus Højlund names Dream Man United 5-a-side team, but snubs Wayne Rooney and Vidic. United were dreadful. It was just a surprise Fulham didn't lead with more than goals from Calvin Bassey and that late Iwobi winner.
They should have done. If Andre Onana had been as heavy-legged as most of his colleagues, they would have done as well. Onana produced a string of fine saves, notably going full length to stop Old Trafford old boy Andreas Pereira curling in an impressive opener.
The Cameroon keeper was alert again to beat out Rodrigo Muniz, downward header, but left thanking the awkward bounce that stopped Sasa Ilic turning in the rebound. Then Rodrigo Muniz went within a coat of paint of putting him ahead, bouncing Victor Lindelof to the ground, before letting rip with a rocket that shook the upright.
True, United could claim their own slice of ill fortune when Diogo Dalot took aim from 25 yards and saw his effort clip the base of the post and fly wide. But a side of Bernd Leno going full length to push away an Alejandro Garnacho strike with a save for the cameras. For the most part United were lead-footed and laborious.
Admittedly, losing a red-hot Højlund to injury after 7 goals in 6 games was always going to deaden the threat somewhat. But to this extent, if Ten Hag hoped it would spark Marcus Rashford into stepping up, he couldn't have been more wrong.
At times you forgot he was on the pitch, he was that anonymous. Højlund's absence meant a full debut for teenage striker Omari Forson, in the boldest of calls from Ten Hag. Heaven knows what £85 million Brazil international Antony felt as he looked on from the bench while the 19-year-old youth product made his bow.
By the time he did come on, in the dying embers of the contest, it was already lost, and justifiably. Defender Bassi's first goal initially looked like being enough, burying a rocket into the roof of the net after an inadvertent 1-2 with Tim Castagne.
United looked dead on their feet at that stage. Bereft of ideas, never mind chances, and threw men forward in desperation more than direction. One of them was Maguire, and it was the centre-back who seemed to have saved the day when Bruno Fernandes finally discovered the route to goal with an angled drive.
Leno could only push it out when it bounced through bodies, and there was Maguire to hammer in the face-saving rebound. With 9 minutes of top of the 90, it seemed Fergie time was about to rear its head a decade after the originator's retirement, and come to United's rescue.
And we did indeed get a dying seconds winner, too, only from the men in white. When fleet-footed substitute Traoré burst down the right, it always looked ominous for United, caught short on numbers. Redmore Sun STORIESBLING ring I'm a rich housewife get a £230,000 allowance, yes I married for cash, who cares mould news my kids' bedroom walls were full of mould. Here's the £1 bargain buy I swear by, and as he picked out Iwobi in the box to his left, he left Onana rooted to the spot with a wrong-footing side-footed strike into the corner.
Man United collapsed to the ground in dismay. Sir Jim's bluster and boasts went with him, you feel. Man United News Live. All the latest news from Old Trafford.